Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. So apparently somebody, my type of person in Washington State, saw all these flock cameras going up that are recording all the time, and he wanted to file a Freedom of Information request to figure out what it was recording, get access to the images. And he did. And there are people that are starting to pop up doing this all over the country. And one of the things that I noticed while I was reading these news articles is one of the attorneys, when they were arguing that we can't release all of this, was saying that this is bad for privacy and that it could enable stalkers. And it's one of these interesting areas. It reminds me of this Seinfeld episode from the 90s where there's a telemarketer that calls him and he's like, I have some stuff going on right now. Would you mind giving me your home number? And he's like, what? No, I can't do that. And he's like, why not? Is it you don't feel like being bothered when you're at home, when you're not working? He's like, yeah. And he's like, well, now you know how I feel. And he hangs up the phone. It's a really famous Seinfeld scene. It's one of my favorites. And it shows the importance of universality and ethics and morals. And it's one of those cases here where, well, your defense for why it is you cannot release these images is because it could enable stalking. It's a privacy issue. And again, it wasn't a privacy issue when you decided to put up all these cameras at taxpayer expense that are recording all the time. Now, one of the things that would be very interesting, if you live in a city or a state where you can do Freedom of Information requests for images from flock cameras, is if it would be a shame if 2.5 million people decided to file Freedom of Information requests in their particular state for them. This is not realistic because 99% of the people that are watching are going to say, how do I do that? Instead of Googling, and when I don't answer their email, we'll stop. Here's something that could potentially be fun. Wherever you live, if you use DFlock, I forget if it's .io or .me, there's a website, DFlock, that shows you where all these cameras are. Number one, here's your assignment. And you're not allowed to ask me a question via email. You Google, you ChatGPT, whatever the fuck it is you have to do. If you figured out how to wash your laundry in the morning, you figured out where to get detergent, how to turn the water on, how to rent an apartment, you can figure this shit out too. Because I can't process hundreds of thousands of emails at this point. My inbox is a clusterfuck as it is. I finally got from 15,000 unread to inbox 0. But so here's what you're gonna do. A, you're gonna use a website like dflock.whatever to figure out where these cameras are in your area. B, you are going to Google or ChatGPT, whatever the fuck you have to do to figure out how to file a Freedom of Information request in your city, your county, your state to get the info from that camera. Number 3, you're going to file it. Number 4, you're going to suggest that every single fucking person that you know do the exact same thing. You are forced to pay for this, right? You already paid for it. Whether you like it or not, non-consensually, these cameras are being used by your local government to watch what you're doing. And that's the big caveat here, if it's a local government camera. You can't do this for a Lowe's camera, you can't do this for a camera in a Home Depot parking lot or a Walmart parking lot. They have to be cameras that have been installed by your government. If that's the case, overwhelm them with requests. I'll include a link to a Zulip down below. If you want to ask how to do this, potentially, Zulip chat down below, because that at least goes to 600 or 700 people that are all answering questions together rather than just my clusterfuck of an inbox. But I think that would be really fun. I can't do that in my area because they don't have flock cameras in Austin. As Mike Siegel said, braggadociously so, and he earned the bragging here, is we're one of the largest cities in the United States that does not have flock cameras installed by the police or city government, which is pretty cool. But if you're watching this, there's a good chance that they're installed where you are. So you're going to find out where they are. You're going to figure out how to file a Freedom of Information request in your area, not by emailing me, but by going through the same process that you did to figure out where to buy laundry detergent, how to use a washing machine, how to wake up in the morning, all that shit. You're going to file it. You're going to suggest other people do the same. And perhaps once your local government is inundated with 13,000 FOIA requests a day, they get the idea that this is a stupid idea. They get the idea this is a stupid game and that perhaps they should stop playing. One area turned the cameras off, which is great. And I would like to see more do the same thing. Again, I don't like playing other people's games because very often you're at a disadvantage. You didn't make the rules. You don't have the practice. I'd rather, I don't like playing stupid games. We're going to play my game. And this is not my game, admittedly. This is somebody else's game that they came up with. But it's a good game that I think you should all play. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. I'll leave a link to a Zulip invite for a chat for people who are organizing all across the country to try and fix this. There are chat rooms for each individual each individual city, state, area, etc., and people that are joining those, so then organizing within their city or state. There are people that have organized testimony for city council hearings. There are people that have actually succeeded at getting something pushed out in their city council hearings, and it's pretty cool. All right, see you in the next video. Bye now.